this is a beer I've never actually reviewed. I just am an enjoyer, a casual enjoyer of this beer. And now it is finally time. This week, we are checking out the one, the only Guinness. Oh, am I excited. Here's what Untappd has to say about Guinness Drought. Is technically draught. Is it draught? Is it a drought stout? It's probably a draught stout. Draft. How does that spell pronounce draft? I get the T at the end. But where does GH turn into a F? I don't know. Swirling clouds tumble as the storm begins to calm. Settle. Breathe in the moment, then break through the smooth, light head to the bittersweet reward. Unmistakably Guinness, from the first velvet sip to the last lingering drop, and every deep, dark, satisfying mouthful in between. Pure beauty, pure Guinness. Laugh is equal to draft. That's a good point. That is a good point. GH and laugh. Draft. Huh. I think I've just been glossing over this word my whole life, just not pronouncing it out loud. I've been nervous I'm saying it wrong, which is probably exactly what happened. Now I know to pour it at a 45-degree angle, so it looks like chocolate milk. Let's take a sip. Let's enjoy this draft. I've always been surprised by Guinness because it smells like a stout, but it's light enough that it doesn't have as much smoky, kind of like bitter, unpleasant flavors as a stout. I think the thing that's always impressed me about Guinness, and the thing I really like about it, is that it's just really simple. I don't know, I think simplicity should stand out more as a characteristic of a beer than it really does. And in order to make something simple, you kind of have to perfect every little part of it. But I'm saying when a beer like Guinness comes along and it's normal and it's not complicated, it's not dramatic, but it still is able to stand out, I think that's really important. I think that should make a bigger impact, you know, because exactly like I said, it means that the less parts that are in it have to be better. They have to be perfect. When there's only so many things in it, it's weird to say there's less points of error, but that means if one of those things is messed up, it's going to be bad. You can't cover up a mistake with the sweetness of something else. And I think that's where Guinness really falls for me, is that it's not showy. It's just like, we know that this is a damn good beer, and that's why it's been sticking around, you know? Like, they don't have to prove themselves at this point. It's made a reputation for itself as this, like, staple nitro stout. For most people, this is probably the only nitro beer that they've ever had. And I love nitro beers. I feel like everything should be on nitro. Stouts are not for everyone. It could be the best stout in the world, and it's still, you know, not everyone's going to like it. I'm saying I'm praising it for its simplicity, but, you know, if you're one of those people that it's like, I'm not the hugest stout fan, so when I have one that's just this, you don't like it. That simplicity can be a pro and a con, depending on how you play it and your own tastes. Nitro beers are also very filling, because I feel like the air fills you up more too, which, again, could be a pro or con, depending on how you look at it. We would always joke that a pint of Guinness is similar to eating a loaf of bread because of how filling it is. It is what it is, and it's delicious is what it is. All right, chat, here's what I have to say about the lovely Guinness. Guinness is special to me because it hits a sweet spot of not too complex, but not too basic. It does everything right for a creamy nitro stout without any fuss. Very light, smooth, and oaky with very little aggression/bitterness. A classic, pure Guinness, just because they said pure Guinness in there. So figured I'd say mine. 4.75 out of 5. Let's check it in. Hey, cheers, everyone. Thanks for joining me for this lovely. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, and I'm so glad it's this time of year to enjoy Guinness. So cheers, everybody. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Drink responsibly. And thank you so much for joining me.